Hello, welcome to Lord Havoc's Marvel Champions custom content stream extravaganza. I'm about to playtest my latest Buffy scenario, season 4. So I thought, hey, why not stream it? Sort of discuss sort of how it's sort of going. I think that would be pretty cool. It is Christmas Eve. The night before Christmas. What says Christmas more than Buffy? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I played a couple of games earlier today, and straight away with a cough. And yeah, I've made some changes. So I'm going to play test those changes now to sort of see how it goes. I don't think it works. I think there's too much going on. So I want to sort of talk about sort of like my design idea, so the idea behind it, what I'm trying to achieve, and maybe sort of while talking about it, maybe an idea will sort of come to me about what is actually happening. So it's comprised of... I've got 3 viewers already. Kaj, hello, twice in 1 week. You're spoiling us, Havoc. Thank you, S Factor. Appreciate it. Actual Jackson, Buffy the Vampire, Leia time. That's Layer, not Leia as in Princess Leia. Yeah, so I want to sort of just talk about what my intention is, and then sort of see if it kind of works. Because I'm afraid that it doesn't. I think there's something not quite right, and I'm not too sure how to fix it. So season 4 is so basically all the scenarios are meant to represent each season of Buffy, and season 4 is the initiative season, where Buffy and Willow go off to college, and they find out that there is a military group called the Initiative who are there to sort of study demons. And a member of that group, Maggie, who's a professor at the uni, is secretly a member of that group. And she has a secret mission of her own called Project 314, which is to meld man and machine and demon together and form like a super race. It's essentially Frankenstein, right? And then the result of that is Adam, who is the big bad of the season, and then Adam, takes on Buffy and obviously loses, right? Spoiler alert. I mean, there's a season 5, so Buffy wins. And I wanted to represent that in game with, the classic villain is scheming all the time behind the scenes, because Maggie never actually physically confronts Buffy. So she's one of those classic sort of examples, and we played one last night with in Jackson's Director Osborne, right? And there's official villains that do the same sort of thing. So the classic villain that sort of is behind the scenes, manipulating events, that sort of stuff. Because if Maggie actually physically went up against Buffy, she would be dead within seconds, right? Maybe even a second. So she does that, the classic, when she would attack, she schemes instead, because she's never actually physically in combat. So there's nothing new there, right? That's all pretty easy. And then I wanted to represent Adam coming in. So to do that, Maggie is the first villain. So there's technically only 2 stages. Maggie is the first villain. You got A and B if you want to play expert. Standard stuff, right? Nothing new there. But then I want Adam to show up, right? And in the season, Adam shows up because Maggie and her team are collecting demon parts, and they eventually put him together throughout the course of the season, and then he shows up, halfway through or something, and starts causing shenanigans. So I wanted to represent that. I wanted to represent the idea of putting the body together, collecting parts in order to put the body together, right? So I've got that with Project 314, right, which is an environment card. And it says, after an ally or minion is defeated, tuck it face down here. So that means they've stolen the corpse and they're harvesting the parts. If there are at least 5 characters here, because I see they're allies or minions, remove Project 314, each character under here, and Maggie Walsh from the game. Right? And then put Adam into play. Right? So the idea is then Adam would then become essentially the new villain. And to sort of get around that, the idea, well, during the show, they kidnap Spike and they put a chip in his head. So he doesn't become part of Adam. He actually gets to get a chip, inhabited chip instead. So he becomes an experiment, which then lasts for a couple of seasons, and he becomes a good guy and all that sort of crap. And the other thing is they kidnap Oz. So they find out that Oz is a werewolf, and so they kidnap him, and they plan to. So at first they torture him in order to sort of figure out how werewolves work, and then Maggie plans to harvest him to put him into Adam as well. Right? So that's sort of the idea of it is there in the show itself, right? The most famous, the most obvious one, of course, being the Polgara demon, who they rip the arm off and put it onto Adam so that he's got that skewer arm that the Polgara demons have got. Right? So, interesting fact: the Polgara demon was named after. It was thought for a long time that the Polgara demon was named after Polgara, the character from David Eddings' Bulgaria novels, which is actually not the case. The demon was named after a fan of the show who ran a forum that the writer of the episode who introduced that demon knew, interacted with. And so her name was then used, and she got her name from David Eddings' Bulgara, but the writer of the episode didn't actually know that. They just named it Bulgara after that. So a bit of factoid there for you. So part of that is so to sort of try and slow that down. The idea that once you don't want five characters to get there, because then Adam gets into play, right? And then Adam, to represent he's basically unstoppable, right? The Scoobies essentially have to cheat in order to win in the end, right? Because he's just that powerful, right? And I wanted him to be like super tough. Like he's very tough, steady, toughness, piercing. He's got he's got a couple of attachments. One of them regenerates him at the end of every phase, whether you like it or not. And the other one is his gun arm thing. He's got ridiculously powerful rocket launcher arm thing. So I wanted him to be a challenge, right? So I wanted the idea for him to not get into play, right? I wanted to try and win without him getting into play. And part of that, like I said, part of the story was that Oz gets captured and they go and rescue him, right? Riley helps rescue him, and then Riley then becomes a good guy, right? Part of the initiative. And so I got that on there as well. Hero action, exhaust your identity, discard an ally from here and put it into its owner's discard pile. So you don't lose it. You can go rescue them from the initiative and put them back in your discard pile. But only the allies. You don't go rescue the minions. No one gives a crap about the minions. You can only rescue the allies, right? That would be the way to sort of slow it down a bit. And it does kind of work. I'm not too fussed with this per se. I think this actually kind of works. The problem though is that Maggie herself, the thing that I don't think works is that Maggie is incredibly squishy. She's just a normal human being. Now, in the show, obviously, Buffy never actually hits her, but of course, if she did, she would be dead. So there's sort of the scheming behind the scenes thing to sort of how to get around that. And so the easiest way to sort of then give the players something to do is to have lots of minions, right? So otherwise, the people that are playing aggression and stuff are going to be annoyed, right? Because the Justice players are going to be like, hey, I've got something to do. Great. She's going to scheme all the time. It's ridiculous. We don't want her to scheme out. The max is 12. Great. Right? She could easily hit that. I mean, goddamn. So, boom. I'm set, right? Leadership and protection, whatever. They've got other stuff to worry about. But aggression's going to be like, well, what am I supposed to do? Right? So, I can't have her not be hit, because then there's nothing really much to do. So then the other option is to have minions, so they've got stuff to hit. But then, of course, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, because you would kill her. A good character, a recent hero these days, easily do 8 points of damage. Spidey can do it with one card, right? Quite a lot of other characters can do it as well. So, I mean, the hero I played last night, Moonstone, would annihilate her. Like, it just wouldn't even be worth it. She'd be dead in one round, right? So, the minions is obviously the thing. And it works thematically because there's lots of minions in the season. There's demons everywhere. There's, the vampires. The initiative's captured them all. At one point, Adam lets them all loose just to cause chaos, to try and wear Buffy down. He pulls like a Nightfall to a situation. I don't know if you know that Batman story, Nightfall, where Bane releases all the criminals of Arkham just so Batman can have a bad night. And Adam essentially does the same sort of thing. So he releases all the demons and stuff to wipe out the initiative and get body parts for his zombie army, but also to wear Buffy down and eventually she'll die, and then he'll harvest her body parts. So yeah, the other thing is there's I've created, so what I just to just try and combat, so it's not so boring. I've created a side scheme, and we had a bit of a laugh last night because it's the same name as one of Jackson's side schemes, which I thought was quite hilarious. So not only does she use the scheme instead of attacking thing that Osborn uses, but she has a side scheme with the exact same name. We thought that was quite funny. Anyway, I just want to point out that I made this before I ran that scenario. So, and the name of the group is called the Initiative. There's not much I can do about that. So you got the Initiative here. So, and this is a common sort of thing in these sort of scenarios as well, is the tough side scheme that is meant to distract you from what the villain is doing and give the more options for the Justice players and stuff like that to do. Now the obvious answer would be to give this assault so that the attacking character, the aggression character, can hit the side scheme, right? I didn't do that because I've run out of space, but that is a possibility, giving it assault, maybe even bumping up its thing. Now, so what this side scheme does is threat cannot be removed from the scheme while an initiative minion is in play. So there's a blocker there to sort of, and all the initiative minions, there's 6 of them in the deck, and they all have guard and patrol. So you essentially have to get rid of them before you can sort of move on from there. And it specifically says minion, so it's not triggered from Maggie, otherwise you'd be locked and you'd never be able to get rid of it. Force trap, when the villain would be defeated, heal all damage from them instead. Now, I took that from Apocalypse to basically have it on a loop, right? Because again, the regression player, if there's no minions in play, then what are they going to do? They're going to hit Maggie, right? So I made it so that you could actually hit Maggie, but then she just resets anyway. That's the bit I don't think works. That's the bit I'm worried doesn't actually work properly. Thematically, it doesn't work. And again, it's just not that hard. I'm finding it very easy to just kill this dude and then clear this and then just beat the crap out of her. And then we've got so when that happens, I've got a bit of a dilemma, because that means, well, if Maggie's dead, if I clear this and Maggie can now die and is no longer immortal, and Maggie easily dies, then what am I supposed to do? The next obvious thing is that the Atom then comes into play. But that means that then nothing actually happens with this. So there's my thing. There's a bit of a disconnect is really what it is. I don't think it's broken. I just think there's a disconnect happening. And when you defeat this, you go get Riley as an ally. And he comes and helps you out for a bit. Yeah. So that's basically what's happening at the moment. So in the last couple of games that I've had, there's been that disconnect where I've either cleared this pretty much straight away, and then just beat the crap out of Maggie, and then Adam's come in, and so this is now pointless. Or this triggers and then brings Maggie in because I've ignored this essentially, and then this triggers because I'm killing minions left, right, and center, and so then Adam comes in. Maggie gets replaced, and then this sticks around, right? Because who cares at that point, right? So, it's then I get rid of this because like if I don't, then he becomes immortal, and you don't want a 23 hit point villain that regenerates to be immortal, right? So that's the thing, right? So let's give it a go. I've done a lot of talking and my throat's hurting, so let's give it a shot. Like I said, I've made some changes. It was far worse than the previous ones, so we'll sort of go from there. I've got some comments. I've missed some comments. Kidnapping Seth Green, the animals, plagiarism. It's not plagiarism. Need to do something about the word. The word. Oh yeah. I need to ask somebody about that. How I can get around that, because I can't. My idea was that, because as you can see, control's been cut off there, right? So my idea was that I would just hit space a few times and sort of it would just shift like you would in a Word document. But for whatever reason, it doesn't do that. It doesn't let me just move the word across. It's very strange. So the other option is to alter the way the card operates with the hidden border that it's got within it to like keep it sort of justified. But I don't know how to do that. I'm not good enough to know how to do that. So, I'm going to have to ask for help on how to do that. The S Factor, I mean, you could just do like the Sinister Six and have the side scheme be the main goal. Also, if there's no point in killing Maggie, why would you? There's no reward for doing so with the side scheme. There's no reward for doing so with the side scheme. I'm not sure I understand. Maggie can't die while the side scheme is in play. Or the generator. If you have a Jace... What are we talking about now? Oh, yes please. Thank you. Do you use Photopea or the generator if you have a JSON file I could do for it? I don't have a JSON file. Sorry, I don't know what that is. And yes, I use Photopea. Yep. Wait, so let's go back to your thing. So if you could do like the Sinister Six, I don't know, I've done that before. And I'm already going to use that mechanic in Season 7 for the first evil. So I don't want to do it for this one. Also, if there's no point in killing Maggie, why would you? There's no reward for doing so with the side scheme. Well, then how would you win? You win by defeating the villain, right? So that doesn't change. That's how the game works. So you have to kill Maggie to win the game. Correct. She would regenerate, so killing her would be pointless with the side scheme in play. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, cool. Right. So yes, killing her is pointless with the side scheme in place. So the idea is you get rid of the side scheme as quickly as possible and then kill her. But unfortunately that then triggers Adam, which means that this then becomes pointless. If you do that before this triggers, then you get Adam before this triggers, and so this is now pointless. And that's really my thing, right? It's just I've got two separate mechanics that seem to contradict each other. And I don't know how to fix that. I really want the trigger for Adam to come in to be this and only this. But I don't know how to make that work. The other idea, of course, really, I guess, just popped into my head, is to not have Maggie at all. It's just don't have her. And just have Adam right from the very start. Traditional 1, 2, 3 Adam. But then I don't have this thing, and I guess I just have to sort of let that go. The whole building of... I really wanted the whole building him up Frankenstein style. Which is the only reason Maggie exists, to be honest. Because she is the villain for half of the season. Or have... I'll explain how I move the text in photo pair in Discord for you. Okay, cool. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. That's really nice. S Factor, or have Maggie as a minion. Have Maggie as a minion. You could like have it to where the more minions are tucked under the environment, the more attack and scheme he gets or something. Or you could do the absorbing wham where he gets traits. Yeah, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna play. Let's play. Let's see what happens. Maggie's the villain. Scenario comes in with 8. It's 12 to lose. Maggie's got 8 hit points. The environment's in play. The scenario says to go grab. So it says set Maggie Walsh as the villain, set Adam villain, and Riley ally aside. Put Project 314 to play. Each player searches for a copy of Initiative Soldiers and puts that minion into play, engage with them. The first player searches the encounter deck for the Initiative Side scheme, reveals it, shuffle the encounter deck. So, done that. I've got a copy of Initiative Soldiers. I'm playing Buffy. Because, of course. Alright, let's see how it goes. Cool. Alright. Buffy. Don't need that. That's a good start. I don't need that because she's immortal anyway. Multitasking. Not the worst. But it's not the greatest. Actually, you know what? No. Alright. Mulligan those. Oh, yes! Groovy. Alright. Let's do it. Let's do Wesley first. Energy and multitasking will give me Wesley. I'll draw 2 cards. The raft is pointless in this scenario. I don't even know what's in my deck. Actually, wait. Would the raft response, and this is a forced response, so that would happen first. Yeah, so the raft is pointless. So let's not worry about it. Strength will give me Mr. Pointy. Bingo. The raft is useless to me, so I will use it to get endurance. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Alright. Flip to Buffy. I didn't get any of my supports, which is a shame, but that's alright. That's fine. It's all good. Wesley will take off 2 from here. Because Patrol just does the main schemes, that's fine. And then Buffy will... Oh, I don't... What did I put that on there for? How dumb. Go in there. Buffy will hit for 2, and then Mr. Pointy will hit for 1. So he's dead. Cool. Blink. Cards. Dang, got all the resource cards out pretty quick. Bloody hell. Alright, 1 on here. She immediately schemes instead of attacking. She schemes for... Oh, it has a boost effect. 1, 2, 3 on here. Vampire says, if this card resolves through an undefended attack, it was not. Then you get an encounter card. Oh, I didn't even talk about Hush at all. This is actually my favorite part of this scenario, and will not be changing. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Hush is the best episode of the season, and possibly the best episode of the show. Its only other real contender is probably the body. It's a set of 4 demons who come to town, and they're like fairy tale monsters, and they basically take away everybody's voices because they can't be hurt by any conventional means. They can only be hurt by a human voice. Alright, so they take away everybody's voices, trap it in a box, and then they go around and collect hearts. And if they collect 7 hearts, they get ultimate power and take over the world or some crap, right? It never really happens, so I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what actually happens if they do that. So to represent that, I've got them in as a module. While they're in play, each encounter card gains peril. Players cannot request action abilities from other players, and you increase the cost to play spells by 3 because it's now almost impossible to cast a spell. You usually need to speak to cast a spell. Originally, it was you don't cast spells at all, but that's actually not what happens in the show. Willow still is able to cast a spell, just pure by force of will. No pun intended. When revealed, give each player one of the set-aside gentleman minions. They're over here. So even though you put in the module is you put half the module in the deck and the other half of the gentlemen themselves, and they get set aside. And there's 4 of those, so it works out well. Cool. So obviously the peril and action thing doesn't really affect me all that badly because I'm playing solo. And I don't have any spells as Buffy, so that's not really that big of a deal. But I do get one of these assholes who is... Gentleman cannot take damage while a hush side scheme is in play. Force interrupt. When Gentleman attacks, he attacks the ally you control with the fewest remaining hit points, if able. After Gentleman defeats a character, you put a heart counter onto him. If at any time there are 7 heart counters in play, the players lose the game. So there's another lose condition. Love it. It's my favourite part. I'm very, very proud of it. It's great. Alright, so my turn. Wesley goes, because he's one of those at the end of the round type people, so he's gone. Alright, what have I got? Skilled Investigator, for Justice, Infiltration. Alright, so Skilled Investigator into play. Genius will play for Justice, because it's a mental, it gives me 4. I get rid of Hush immediately. That's pretty handy. So pretty easy for the Justice player. Gets rid of it straight away. That's not bad. Goes into Victory. Should probably make it... I left it as 4 because of the thematic option of it. Is there's 4 gentlemen. It's 4 threat per person. But I don't know, maybe it's a little too easy to get rid of it in one shot. I mean, it wasn't really doing anything to me anyway. It doesn't really make any difference. It wasn't stopping me from doing anything. So. But still, anyway, it's gone. I'll trigger Skill Investigator, get a free card. And this guy can actually now be killed, which I will. Just immediately take him out. Boom. Oh, he goes under... that is awesome that he now becomes part of Adam. But there you go. That means the other guy should have too. Cool. So Adam's got 2 bits. He's coming. Adam is coming. I can't play my scythe. I can't play my scythe. That's a shame. I guess I'll infiltrate. I mean, why not? Power and all of us will infiltrate. Discard top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it actually says choose a number, but I'll do 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take it off of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that battle effect on gentlemen is on all of them, maybe make it an environment and the gentlemen put the hearts there, because wouldn't they share hearts? You know what? That is absolutely right. You are 100% right. The idea is they would share hearts. Yeah. I mean, the idea was they collect the hearts themselves, and you know, if there's 4 in play, they keep collecting the hearts and they go and that sort of stuff. But you're right, they should actually share the hearts. No, that's very good. Thank you, sir. I will do that. That actually makes it even cooler, because if all 4 come out, they start collecting hearts. Even if you manage to kill one of them, the other 3 can still collect. If it was just on him and you kill one, he would then lose those hearts, right? But that's not how it works. They do actually collect them all in a box. Yeah, well done. Yeah, thank you, S. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Well, I'll just make it that once all 4 of them die, then they lose all their hearts. They're not hard to kill, as we just witnessed. It's really not that hard to get rid of them. Once they figure it out in the episode, it's very easy. All right. So 5 threat off there, and I have to choose one of these guys to put into play. So there's the Polgara demon. I don't want the quick strike guy, so I'll grab. Although he is only 4. Yeah, actually, you know what? I will crack the quick strike guy because bugger it. So he quick strikes me for 1. It's fine. It's only 1. It's all good. Ready. Oh, before I ready, that triggers. I could still do a point of damage straight away. So I might as well just do it. All right, then ready. Draw some cards. Yeah. See, so when I had the power in all of us, I could have used it for all of these 4 cards. Oh well. Anyway, 1 on here. She schemes for 2. This guy then attacks. I will just take it. Get encounter card. The encounter card is. Oh, did I not shuffle? I don't think I shuffled. Vampires! Sweet. Alright. Me. I don't have any supports. Having my scythe would be awesome, but my supports are far more important. So I'm going to use these 2 to give me Cordelia. And then I'm going to go find one of my supports, which will be Dawn. Which will be Dawny. And then these 2 will give me Dawn. Alright! Now we're ready to rock. Because Buffy will then kill. So she does. She now has piercing, so she does 4 to this guy. Because. Yes, they did. They schemed for. She schemed for 2. The Lord Vampires takes 4. So, and then Dawn will then ready me. And then I think I've just gone too fast for you, Bo. Mr. Pointy will then take the vampires out. They then go. No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. And then Buffy will do 2 to the Polgaric demon, so it's still alive. Actually, no, you know what? Let's use the trigger. He's got 3 there. I'm going to use the hero action to exhaust. Oh no, there's no allies. I can't do that. I'm just going to attack. Ignore me. And Cordelia is going to take the last one off of there and get rid of the initiative. When defeated, we get Riley. Riley will then come in play. After Riley enters or leaves play, ready your identity. So I ready. And then Buffy will take the demon out. We're up to 4. Riley will attack Maggie. Why does he have 4 hit points? Why does he have 4 hit points? That's not right. He should only have 3 hit points. I've missed that from somewhere. I must have copied it from someone who used the template that has 4 hit points. I shouldn't have done that. Ready? Oh, I should have gotten a free card, but you know what? There's no point getting a free card. I can't do anything with it, so... If you want to be able to remove minions, maybe make a hero action to deal a random minion under there to the villain as a boost card. Oh, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. So they still come around and be annoying? That's not bad. Although that means Maggie's scheming would be insane. That's not a bad idea, though. Yeah, that's good. I will take that under advisement. That one I'll think about. The other one, the environment for the gentleman, I will definitely do. All right, ready? Take some cards. Yep, nothing super exciting. One on there, Maggie. 1, 2, 3. Boom. She's almost won just on her own, so I better do some thwarting. And then this guy says if the card is an undefeated attack, it's not, so I don't care. Then we get an encounter card, and it is... Yeah, I discussed at the start of the episode the possibility of giving the scheme assault. Oh, you mean the main scheme? Is there any main scheme that has assault? I cannot think of a single main scheme that's ever had assault. Are you even allowed to give the main scheme assault? I mean, we can do whatever the hell we want, really. We can do whatever we want. Is there precedence for it? I don't think so. Assault. I mean, that would be interesting. Is there a card... Isn't there a card that gives a scheme assault? Keep them busy, side scheme, meet insurrection. Territorial control. Yeah, direct approach. Attached scheme gains assault. Oh, attached to a non-permanent side scheme. Yeah, there you go. So you can only attach it to a side scheme. I don't think they want us to have assault on main schemes. Yeah, it's aggression. Yeah, it's called the direct assault. Anyway, my encounter card is assault. There you go. How's that? How ironic. The villain attacks you, and she doesn't. She schemes, so she just won. I just lost the game. That's not happened before. That has not ever happened before. I think I was just too distracted because I was talking. I was talking too much. She schemed out and won. I can't believe it. I'm playing justice. It's outrageous. I don't know how that happened. Anyway. So definitely a change on Hush. I don't know about giving it assault. I don't know about that. What was the other idea that you had? If you want to be able to remove minions, maybe make a hero action to deal a random minion under there. Yeah. I don't mind that. It's all right. But I just lost anyway, so I'm just gonna very quickly reset and do it again. Uh, 8, 0. Quick. Reset. Get rid of Riley. I should have thwarted with Buffy instead of attacking the Bulgara demon. Okay, everything's reset. Go grab a initiative soldier. Boom. Grab initiative side scheme. Grab. I think I left the gentleman. I think I left the gentleman in there. Oh, yep. There you go. Should probably name them. Alright, so shuffle. Have I left anything else in there? Riley's gone. Yep. Okay, go. Alright. Let's rock. Okay. I don't need the scythe this early. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Get 4 others. Oh, so bad. Oh, I forgot to take the raft out. I'm just gonna take it out. It's just pointless. You didn't remove that one gentleman from the deck. Yes, I did not. Thank you. I managed to notice. Thank God. All right, that's a very yellow hand. But anyway, I've already mulliganed. It is what it is. All right, let's start. Flippy flip. There's no point staying down. Power of Justice. I need to kill the initiative guy, and I can't. I can't kill him first go. Can I kill him? I can't kill him. Which doesn't really matter, I guess. It's fine. I mean, patrol doesn't affect the side schemes. But threat can't remove from the scheme while initiative immediately in play. So I've got to kill him. This is a terrible opening hand. Terrible. Alright, I'm going to infiltration to infiltration. 1. Oh, threat can't be removed while he's in play. What am I doing? What am I doing? I got an awful hand that I can't do anything with. Okay, hit him for 2. That's all I can do. I'm stuck with this hand. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of... Yeah, let's get rid of you too. Ready. Draw 2 more. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. 1. I should have just stayed down. It's not even done damage to him. Maggie Skeins for 3. 1, 2. Jackson, I sent you a step-by-step in Discord. Oh, dude, I thought we were just gonna have a chat about it. I didn't want you to write a whole bunch of stuff out, dude. I feel bad. We would have just had a chat. But thank you anyway. That is very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. This guy then attacks, so I'll just take it. And then deal an encounter card. The minion with the highest attack engaged of you attacks you. This guy hits me again for 2. My turn. This is very annoying. He's dead. Goes under Adam. Genius will give me Cordelia. Cordelia will give me Dawn. Oh. Clear the area and what have we got? 8 and 3. Actually, let's just clear the area will give me infiltration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That goes. That goes. You have to choose who to grab out of these. Let's grab Kathy. Get rid of these guys. And then clear the area will multitask. And I paid with a mental, so I can do 2. Yep. On each. And then Cordelia will get rid of this completely. Six cards in her hero form. I had 6 cards. When I drew back up, did I have 6? Ah, well, stiff. That one event. What was the minions boost effect? Oh, if it's an undefended attack. If it's an undefended attack, then you put them into play. You mean this one? If this card resolves during an undefended attack, put vampire into play, engage with you. You started the turn with 6 cards in your hero form. Okay, no. It is what it is. So Cordy's got a thing on there. And that's it. End of the phase. I take a point of damage from Kathy. Draw my hand. Okay. Blink on there. Maggie schemes for 2, but there's a boost effect. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. It did not, so that's fine. Kathy then. Oh, Kathy was meant to insight 1. I forgot that. Oh no. Does the insight trigger when you infiltrate? Because infiltrate says discard. No, draw from the deck, discard. No, it says discard, doesn't it? It does say discard. Choose a number from a fire, discard that minion. Okay, and then put 1 minion discard into play, engage with you. Okay. So it doesn't trigger insight. Okay, anyway, Kathy's attacking. Cordy will step in front of it for me. Thank you, Cordy. Dead. Get an encounter card. And get up. When revealed, the villain each minion engaged with you attacks you. Great. Maggie schemes for 1. She's obviously not feeling that schemy today. Kathy will then hit me for 2. And then it's the end of the phase, so Kathy does another point. I'm about to die again. This is unbelievable. I think the tweaks are maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much. 1, 2. Will give me Dawn. Gives me 2 hit points. Under surveillance will give me Slayer training. And then 2. And I'll bump it up to 4. Dawny will then ready me, and then I'll hit again. She goes to Project 314. And then I'm flipping down, because I have no minions to worry about now, and she's just going to scheme anyway. So, screw it. She might as well just scheme. I need to get some cards, I need to get some engine happening, and I need to recover. So, 1 on there. Maggie schemes for 2. And then there's the boost effect is place 2 threat on the scheme. Great. Almost lost the game. And then Alright, attached to Adam. This cannot occur against Surge. That's his gun arm I was talking about at the start of the video. +2 attack. His attacks gain overkill and ranged. You have to exhaust a hero with an attack of 4 or higher in order to discard it. Like, it's pretty brutal. But like I said, to win, they had to cheat. 4 boost cards. Anyway, Surges, because Adam's not in play. And then we get some vampires. Alright, my turn. I'm going to wreck 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't draw any cards. What an idiot. 6. Alright. Okay. Okay. This is alright. This is not bad. This is not bad. Energy is going to give me Ironheart, who gives me a card. Ah, yes. Thank you. Strength will give me Willow. Willow will then generate a resource for Scooby's Forever. I will grab Giles. Oh, it goes into my hand, right? And reduce the cost of play by 1. Okay. Slayer will then pay for Giles. He's now in play. Okay. Great. I flip. Dawn will ready me. I'll trigger Giles. He will remove X threat for the amount of Scoobies I control. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Giles. You're a legend. Buffy will attack this guy. I'll use Slayer training to make it 4. He takes double damage. Oh, I don't have piercing though. Oh no! So he takes 4. So he will live. He will live. Actually, no. Ironheart will kill him. So he takes 4 from me, and then Ironheart kills him. Yay! Thank you, Ironheart. He goes under Adam. Trigger the reset. Get 4 cards. Okay, there's Mr. Pointy. Thank God. Alright, 1. Not just 1 on there. Maggie schemes instead of attacking. 1, 3, up to 10. We get an encounter card. Come on! Soldiers, thank God it wasn't advance. That would have been very painful. Seems like in order for you to just win against Maggie, you need to cheat. What did I do that was cheating? How did I cheat? S Factor, explain yourself. What did I do that was cheating? Oh, I'm making fun of you. Oh, okay, sorry, bro. I didn't get it. Alright, so now I can't remove threat while this guy's in play. Although he's not doing a thwart, so I can actually still do it. But do I have another Scooby? I could put Angel in. But he's nowhere near as important as Mr. Pointy. So Mr. Pointy comes in. And then Power and all of us will just give me endurance. Why not? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now what to do. What to do. Okay, well, Giles straight away will take 4 off of here. Buffy will kill this guy with Slayer training. No. Yes. He goes under Adam. Dawn will ready me. Thwart for 1. It's not very efficient. That's not very efficient at all. Willow will ready me. I'll thwart for one again. Boom. That was a terrible turn. But anyway, at least I'm still alive. Get 5 cards, reset. Alright, Senyaya for justice. Alright, I've got some thwarting options. So I'm not going to lose from thwarting out. We may actually trigger Adam. If Maggie schemes so often, consider taking off the acceleration. Oh yeah, I get +1 from Willow, so I schemed for 2 extra. The acceleration. What acceleration? Oh, just the main scheme acceleration? That's interesting. That is a thought. That is a thought to have. I don't think I've seen a single scheme that doesn't accelerate at least once. That's something to consider, though. Yeah, I mean, the obvious thing is to keep bumping up the total, but I think that is a more elegant solution. You're right. Instead of, yeah, okay, all right, yep. Anyway, I'm not going to thread out now. I've got it all under control now. The engine is well and truly running now. So Buffy's now a killing machine. So, all right, Maggie schemes for 2. Counter card. I left Ironheart around to block, but I actually don't need it to block because Maggie doesn't attack, so that's fine. Soldiers. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about the soldiers. You say that now, give it 10 minutes. You didn't have to say that. That is just plain rude, sir. No, that's fine. I get it. Buffy will attack for 2 and Mr. Pointy will take him out and trigger Adam. Alright, so this is the disconnect. It's not quite as bad as it happened in the playtesting before, though, so it looks like the tweaking has worked. The tweaking's definitely worked. It's nowhere near as jarring as it was before. And I don't mind this. This actually has worked out okay. This has actually worked out okay. Alright. I'm actually okay with this. I now have 5. It's a forced response. These all get removed from the game because they're now all part of Adam. So they're gone. Oh, I forgot to put Riley into play when I defeated the scheme. How lame. How lame. I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. That's my own fault. It's my own fault. I missed it. It would break it. It would break it now if I did it now. So, no. Alright, so Maggie's gone. We get Adam. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Let's see how this works. He has 23 hit points. He has steady, which is fine. I don't have a lot of stun and confuses in here anyway. His attacks gain piercing because of the Pogara thing. I need to get a better picture though. That picture's actually really crap. I hate it. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Uranium 235 Power Core and reveal it. Luckily enough, it's actually just on the front, on the top of the deck there, so that's fine. At the end of the villain phase, heal 3 damage from Adam. Heal 6 instead if playing expert. I'm not. Hero action, exhaust a hero with an attack of 4 or higher, discard this card. Nothing else happens. He just comes into play. I'm okay with this. It's worked. It has worked as intended. My cat is doing everything in her power to be louder than your stream. I have had that mentioned actually in a comment that sometimes I go a bit quiet and sometimes I go really loud. It's like, hey, can you modulate your talking a little bit? It's like sometimes you're like super loud. I think sometimes you get a little too close to the mic, but then sometimes I can barely hear what you're saying. And yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not a professional podcaster. I mean, what do you want? Actually, well, technically I am. But anyway, yes, what? Yes, that's true. Sometimes I do go super loud, and Sometimes super quiet. Is that what you're saying? Or are you just messing with me yet again, S Factor? Alright, so I killed the guard. That triggers Adam. I'm still in the middle of my turn, though. So, it's true. Okay. Oh, there you go. My apologies. Dawn will ready me. And now I basically just need to just kick the crap out of Adam to win. So, this actually, strangely enough, has worked. Let's see. Jaws will take off this 4. So I don't need all of these guys. I might actually put Senya in. I mean, she never really gets to come in. I think it's a good chance to get her happening. So let's get her in. Play only if you control a Slayer character. And then she's... Oh, wait. First I need to attack with Buffy because I have piercing and she doesn't. So I'll go through the tough. I don't have a minion engaged in me, so I'll Slayer training, but it's only +1. So she hits for 3. Straight through. And then Sinea will hit. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sinea? I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Takes 2 from her. Can't afford Wiccan. Willow will ready me, and then I'll hit again. For another 2. Try and keep on top of this business. This is doable, I think. If you do remove the 1 per person from the main... I don't think I'll remove the 1 per person from the main scheme, I'll be honest with you, but... Yeah, I see your point. Alright. I don't think I actually really need Wiccan. Giles is a superior Wiccan, so I'll get rid of him, get 5 fresh cards. Because now I really want to see... Well, Spike is good, but I really want to see my Slayer kicks. If I can get a couple of those, I can sort of start going mental. So Wesley will get me those. So Spike's good, Wesley's good. Yeah. Let's start going to town. Alright. Villain goes 1. He's attacking. I'm actually getting attacked for a change instead of just the auto scheme. So now it's Ironheart's time to shine. Actually, no. I think I've got to protect the innocent. I do. Actually, I will just use Ironheart. Sorry, Ironheart. That's a bit rude. She gets annihilated. Let me get an encounter card. The encounter card is Initiative Soldiers. That makes sense. There is 6 of them after all. And then it's the end of the villain phase, so he heals for 3. Okay, my turn. Let's kill the Initiative Soldiers straight away. Like, let's not even muck around. Initiative Soldiers, dead. She takes 2 consequential and dies. When she dies, she does the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Deal damage to the villain equals the number of icons in the boost area discarded this way. It's meant to only be the boost icons, not the stars. Why does it say the stars? That's a little too powerful. That's a little too powerful, Senya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boink, boink, boink. Yeah, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll have to fix that. Didn't know that was still saying that. Alright. Let's Wesley. 1, 2, 3. To draw 2. Sweet. Overwatch and Willow will give me Spike. Alright, now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. Wesley will hit for 1. Why not? Buffy will hit for 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dawn will ready her. She'll do it again. So this time it's only 3 though. 1, 2, 3. There's only so much you can do. Giles will get rid of this threat. Why not? Might as well get rid of it. Oh, no. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm going to put the 4 back on there. The first attack, when she was attacking for 4, I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah. Yeah. So then readies, attacks for 3. And then readies, attacks for 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Get rid of that healing. That was a much smarter play. No one said I was a smart player. Boom. I'll keep my patrol. Actually, no. I really want... Oh, I'm only going to get 2 anyway, so it's fine. 2. Oh, there's Slay Kick. Sweet. Get another 2. Get an encounter card from decking out. Okay, I'm feeling confident here. Feeling confident. 1. He attacks. Wesley's going to block. Boom. Wesley gets hammered. Yeah. This is working a lot smoother. Get another encounter card. Encounter card number 1. The villain attacks you. Great. Come at me, bro. I don't have my defense card. I'm just gonna take it. So 1, 2, 3. And then the boost effect is search the encounter deck and discard pile for Hush. Alright! Oh, it's happening! I love this module so much. I love it so much. When revealed, give them a gentleman. There he is. Cool. Alright, next one is behavior modification chips. When revealed, attached to a non-elite minion. Oh my god, that's so good! Oh, this could not be better. Unbelievably not thematic, but so cool. Behavior modification chip. When revealed, attached to a non-elite minion. If this cannot occur, this card gains Surge. Take control of attached minion and treat it as a controlled ally. Its thwart is equal to its printed scheme, and it takes 1 consequential damage after it thwarts or attacks. This makes absolutely 0 sense for this to work against the gentleman. I'm gonna have to make the gentleman elite. I have to make them elite. It just makes no sense for this coming, because now I've got an immortal ally. Because he can't take damage. He can't take damage while that side scheme is in play. And there's no other reason not to have it in play. There's no acceleration icon or anything on it. So I would just... If this is the perfect storm, I would just leave this in play and have an immortal ally that I can just use forever. It's dumb. It just doesn't work. So the easy fix is to make him an elite. So I'm just going to say that can't happen because that's ridiculous. Yeah. I guess they could gain harsh from killing minions, but then I would just keep killing them in. Why is this card in the deck? Because I just thought it was fun. It's a fun little card. It's the initiative put a chip into Spike, who's a vampire, and it makes it so that he can't hurt living creatures. And so he he's basically in desperation, he turns to the Scoobies and he's like, hey, I'm in this situation. I've essentially been neutered. If I help you, will you help me get this chip out of my head so I can go back to being a bad guy? And while he's doing that, while he's helping them and being part of the team, he starts to learn the error of his ways, sort of stuff, and it essentially falls in love with Buffy and wants to be a better person. And he, even when he does eventually get the chip taken out, he gets his soul back, and so becomes a good guy, and then becomes a hero. So Spike's awesome. I love Spike so much. But anyway, I'm just gonna make the Death Surges. So I'm just gonna change all the gentlemen to be elite, because otherwise that is a loop that just makes no sense. So I'm gonna just say gain Surge, grab a new card, and I get a Viral Demon, Insight 1, and Toughness. Cool. My turn. Let's go for the kill. 7. Neither of these guys have guard, so I'm just going to win the game. 4 Justice and Overwatch will play Slayer Kick, and he's dead. Slayer Kick does 4+1 for each Scooby I control, and I control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just did 9 points damage. He loses. Victory. That worked so much better than the play tests earlier today. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does actually work. I don't know now. I mean, the difference is, in the test today, I got rid of the side scheme, and then I just kicked the crap out of Maggie. Like, I killed the guard, and then I Slayer kicked Maggie in the face, and that was pretty much the end of her, and so it triggered Adam before 314. But maybe that's just the way it is. I mean, that's the price you have to pay, I guess. Is sometimes it is just going to trigger that and just not make sense. I can't think of a way around it. And now that I've played it now, it's actually worked out quite smoothly. It's not. I was worried there was maybe too many things to think about and stuff, but no, it works out perfectly fine. So yeah. Just from watching it, it does feel hyper-engineered. Yeah. That was my worry. That there was a lot going on. Over-designed. Yeah. I know what you were trying. I know what you were going for. I get it. Yeah. And that's no one can say that I haven't done that before, where it's sort of been over-designed. Too much going on. But I made Birkin, so I can't really be talking. Is Birkin one of your Resident Evil people? Is it the one we're going to play on the stream soon? I don't know who that is. Oh, but okay, yeah. Isn't there a girl called Birkin? Sherry? Shally? Like a little blonde girl? Sherry, yeah, okay, cool. Anyway, I haven't played Resident Evil for many, many moons. I absolutely loved Resident Evil 2. Used to play that all the goddamn time. And then Resident Evil 0 on the GameCube. That's how old I am. I think it was the last Resident Evil game I played. Was Resident Evil 0 with the little medical girl, the girl from the medical team. I can't remember her name. Anyway, that's victory. It does feel a little over-engineered. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, though. I mean, having 2 separate triggers is not the end of the world, I guess. Hush then adds a 3rd trigger, and I think that might be a problem. But the only change I'm making to Hush is adding the environment card, which I think is a great idea. I'll definitely do that, but that's the only change I'm going to make. Oh, and make them elite. I'm not losing Hush as a module. That's the best thing about the module, about the scenario. Anyway, that worked. I'm glad I ended on a victory. Speaking of, I need to give you some advice before you start going. There's a couple of things before you set up, and just advice. Okay. I own every RE game, but I've only ever beat 5: Operation Raccoon City and the Outbreak games. The Outbreak games. What are they? Outbreak games. Are they mobile games? Are they the mobile games? The Outbreak games? Cool. Yeah, so I'm glad I finished on a victory, which is good. And it worked. I think the other possibility was to remove a minion and make them a boost. I don't mind that. It just means there's a lot of text on here. There's already a lot. How could I do that? I do like it. It is a cool idea. And that would slow down the atom process up by a lot. The Outbreak games were the PS1 PS2 multiplayer games. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, anyway, I'll think about it. I won't bore you good people with it. Anyway, that was Scenario Season 4. Scenario Season 4. Like I said, I've got ideas for all of them. But the next one will most likely be Season 7, which is the first evil. The big bad is the evil, and then it's kind of a Sinister Sixy type scenario where you go up against the other villains from the other seasons, the other big bads. So that'll essentially just be a Sinister Six ripoff, to be honest. So that's the easiest one to pump out. But I do have ideas, like original ideas for the other seasons, but they're going to take longer to get art for, and that's the other thing. I've got to use art from the show because there's no comic art for them and stuff. And then sort of put them together and stuff. And I've still got to make Nemesis sets for the heroes, Spike, Buffy, Willow, and Faith, which I still haven't done. Willow will probably be first. Should be the easiest one to knock out. So basically, hopefully get that. The boost card thing, I've got a list in your creator Discord. The boost card thing. Not sure what you mean. Or you could do a Wrecking Crew ripoff. I hate the Wrecking Crew scenario. It's dumb. It's far too easy. It's just boring. And it doesn't match anyway, because Wrecking Crew is 4 and I need to have 6 villains. So Sinister Six is the ultimate option. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Jackson and S Factor, for your interaction and help out. S Factor, thank you very much for the environment suggestion. I'll definitely do that. That's a great idea. And Jackson, I haven't looked at the Discord yet, but thanks for writing all that stuff out. For the art thing, you didn't have to do that, bud. I really appreciate that. It's really great. I'll go try that as well. Try and fix up that word. And yeah, it's Christmas Eve, so well, at least where I am, in Australia. So just everybody, if you celebrate that sort of stuff, and then Merry Christmas to you. If you don't celebrate it, then hopefully at the very least you get some time off, spend some time with your families and loved ones, and even if you don't, even if you're just on your own, hey, look after yourself. I really want you to just sort of take care of yourself, physically, mentally. It's really important. You got to love yourself, because I love you, so you should love you too. Really appreciate it. And to everybody watching, if you watched a past episode, if this is your first episode, welcome. If you watched any of the past episodes, thank you so much for taking some time out of your life to watch me and my ramblings, or me and Joshy going at each other, or or me or any of my guests that I've had on. I've had some awesome guests that have been on and played games with me and stuff like that. So thank you. I'm very, very grateful to every interaction that I have. If you leave a comment or you just watch, I really, really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. So thank you. Please take care of yourselves. And, of course, please make sure that you tell the people that you love them as often as you can. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Good night.